Hey everyone, it's Robyn and welcome to the Robyn's Nest. Today on my channel I have a cake concept for you guys that's a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm going to be making a Newfoundland themed birthday cake. Now for those of you who don't know what Newfoundland is, it's a small island on the east coast of Canada, not too far from where I live in Cape Breton actually. And if there's one thing it's known for, it's its beautiful scenic views. From its passing icebergs to its rolling hills and cliffs and its small fishing villages full of colorful houses, the scenic views are like no other. It really is beautiful. So we're going to take all these things that make Newfoundland beautiful and put them into a cake. So let's get into it. So for today's cake, I baked up 3 6-inch chocolate cake layers, and before we can start decorating, the first thing we need to do is prep our cake. So I'm just going to begin by trimming these down and leveling these out so our cake stacks nice and even. Then we're going to fill our layers and do a nice light crumb coat with some yummy chocolate American buttercream. Okay, so once you've finished your crumb coat, there's one final preparation step left to do before we can do any decorating, and that's to put our cake in the fridge to allow these icing layers to set and seal in all these crumbs before we add any more icing, because we don't want any of that to show through. So I'm going to get my cake off to the fridge, and when we come back, we're going to start mixing up some icing colors. So to decorate our cake, we're going to be using mainly buttercream, which is fondant for accents like the houses and the icebergs and whatnot. So I'm going to start by making a few different color shades of blue, which we're going to use for the sky and the ocean. Then we're going to mix up a couple of different shades of gray for the land. Then I'm also going to mix up some yellow and some orange to also use in the sky, and perhaps a little bit of green too. And I've also reserved a little bit of white, which we're going to use for clouds and detail and whatnot. So I'm going to get these colors mixed up, and we're also going to get them bagged up. Then I'm going to grab our cake because it should be ready to decorate. Alright, time for the fun part. We get to start decorating. So this is the part where we get to be fun and free with it and just do whatever our heart desires. So I'm going to start with my blue, and we're going to turn our bag so our darkest blue shows on the outside. And we're just going to pipe a little line all the way around the center of the cake. And this is going to represent a horizon line. And now next I'm going to switch over to my yellow and my orange, and we're going to pipe this just above and just below the dark blue line. And we want our yellow to be touching the dark blue, so twist your bag for whatever way works for you. And now we're going to switch back over to our blue bag. We're just going to be kind of free with it, and we're going to twist our bag as we're going so that way it gives a whole lot of dimension in the water and in the sky. Alright, so I've just dolloped a mixture of blues onto the top and I've smoothed them out, kind of blended them together. Now that I have everything piped all around the outside, I'm going to take my bench scraper and we're going to smooth this all out and allow it to blend together. Alright, I've smoothed everything out and I think that looks really cool. It's all blended together really nicely and it does sort of look like Horizon even without adding any other decorations. But I think I might be able to make this look even cooler. So I'm going to pop it into the fridge for about 20 or 30 minutes before we give it one final scrape to see if we can make a little bit more of the color texture show through. Alright, there we go. I think that looks really cool. I think I see some water ripples and some clouds in there more than I did before. What do you guys think? Alright, so I think the next thing we're going to do is take our gray and we're going to work on where we want our land to go. So I'm just going to take my piping bag, we're just going to snip a little bit off the tip, and I'm just going to pipe it on very randomly, making it look like rocks. And to create a little variation, you guys can just twist your bag as you go, and that'll make it look like different shadows and shapes in the rocks. And there we go, I finished piping on all of the rocks and I've smoothed them out a little bit as well to make them look a little bit more realistic. And I've also added a little bit of a sunset there to make the sky look a little prettier. Alright, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is make my little colorful houses and some icebergs and get those into place. Well guys, here it is. I finished it up. I added all my little houses, my icebergs, and I even added a little whale blowing off in the distance there. I think that tied it together perfectly, and I think it all looks great. And even though the birthday boy can't be home, at least he can have a little slice of home for his birthday. Well guys, that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that big thumbs up and leave me lots of love in the comment section too. And if you haven't done so already and you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you receive a notification every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!